one of my favorite topics today. After 2 years of hard working on the pandemic, I'm quite glad to see the world being so creative and lovely right now.
Yeah, I really agree with you. And actually, we really learned a lot from the pandemic. And also, we created a lot of things during the hard time.
Let's invite our last group, Aiden and Shane, bringing us an interesting topic, humor.
Hello everyone, I'm Shane from 8th.
I'm Aiden from 8th. Today, we're going to have a presentation about humor. What's humor?
Humor means that you can use or entertain others. That's a fact that we all know. Actually, the first meaning of humor was moisture. In time, humor came to be used as a general term for disposition or temperament. More recently, it has come to refer to something that is funny. Hey, have you heard about the guy who invented the knock-knock joke?
Who?
He won the Nobel Prize.
Haha, you weren't trying to be funny, were you? Telling about joke isn't a crime. Like when you tell a joke to make people laugh, you won't be caught because you tell it flat. However, we would like to give you some appointments about humor to you, so you won't tell jokes as bad as him.
Hey.
You need to listen or to watch some comedies and refer to your lines to learn about what is funny or not, or what is appropriate to say or not. After you develop the taste for comedy, keep practicing and you're up to the next step. How to practice?
You can practice in front of the mirror or with others you won't feel awkward. You can choose news or things you are interested in to build a topic, and then try to include it into a daily conversation. If you feel embarrassed at the first time, you can get more comfortable by practicing more. Like Emily Cuddy said, fake it until you become it. It is also good to let the audience share your point of view too, because you need to accept different perspectives.
It is also important how you see the world. If you see your life as a tragedy, the atmosphere around you will be negative. However, if you see the world positively, it will turn out that humor can be naturally contained. How can humor change our lives?
In fact, the benefits of humor are not only to make people laugh. Humor can get people to listen, aids in learning, builds trust, and what's more, brings people closer together.
We would like you to imagine that you are listening to a long lecture. You won't feel like having a serious person to talk to. However, on the other hand, we would like you to have a comedian like Conan, who definitely will impress you with his sense, but more important, speech.
By telling a funny bone, clinical evidence shows that you are being entertained and enhancing your physical, psychological, and social well-being.
20 years ago, we had Johnny Cash, Bob Hope, and Steve Jobs. But now we have no cash, no hope, and no jobs. Can someone else give us the future?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Nobel.
Nobel who?
Nobel. That's why not.
After all of the points of view above, we would like you to have more humor in your life and make a change starting now.
Thank you, everyone.
Well, after listening to our classmates sharing, I believe that we can all learn something about transformative thinking. But wait, is transformative thinking really that important that we could spend about like half an hour to talk about it?
Of course, let me explain more to you. Instead of saying it as a way of thinking, I would like to say that transformative thinking is more like a kind of power. It can let our lives become more powerful, and people can also think in a positive way.
So, does it mean that we won't be in a bad mood too often if we think our life or our situation in a transformative way?
Well, kind of. Let me give you an example. Like today, we are standing here and sharing our opinions in front of all the parents. If we think think of it in a negative way, we might think that this performance will bring us a lot of pressure. But if we think of it in a positive way, it will become a good opportunity for us to learn and also training ourselves to be more confident on the stage. But actually, thinking positively is just a part of it.
And it also brings us an important idea that everything is double-sided, and whether it is positive or not, it only depends on how we look. But I think the most important thing about transformative thinking is humor.
I really agree with you. Always being in a great mood is really important, and this also depends on positive psychology. Looking forward and being positive is much better than thinking in a miserable way. Creativity is also quite necessary. Let's picture our life as an empty canvas. If we're always copying someone or doing something again and again, then we will have the same life color as other people. But if we try to be creative and try to do something new, then we can have our own life color, and it will also be exclusive to us.
Do you remember what Anna and Annie talked about at the beginning? As the saying goes, putting ourselves into someone else's shoes is always important. And I believe that if we can all understand what others are thinking and try to put ourselves into someone else's feelings, then we can have less misunderstanding and fight.
Last but not least, acceptance. After listening to Patrick and Wynn's sharing, I think that acceptance is the most basic thing for transformative thinking, but also the quite challenging one. Accepting ourselves will be an important lesson in our life, so we can be hard on ourselves and be ready to make a change.
This is the end of our presentation, and thanks for attention.